Well, Sean Lennon here with Pro Wrestling Enforcer. Make sure to check out our new content on our channel, which is Fight League. Make sure to check out the Fight League YouTube channel. Some new interviews dropping, including one with Mil Muertes. But right now, we welcome veteran Illinois pro wrestler Joey Cece from POWW Entertainment on Pro Wrestling Enforcer podcast, and he'll be in action WrestleRage. Make sure to check it out this Saturday, November 6th, dog collar match against Ramon and Defaust. And he's wrestled in many matches throughout the years, including WWE Hall of Famer Lanny Poffo. POWW Entertainment, of course, is run by Jimmy Blaze, also performs. And also, you know, you guys have had some people that went on to do big things. So we welcome you on Pro Wrestling Enforcer. How are you doing today?
Doing okay. Thank you for having me on here.
Anytime. So, you know, talk about pro wrestling Chicago, you know, this area. Well, actually, you know, Chicago or the suburb, the greater Chicago area, you know, it's changed, you know, the past decade. You know, we have a lot of new promotions. So what does POWW Entertainment offer to you?
Well, as far as POWW's the longest running promotion in Illinois ever. You know, prior to that, it was Windy City, and POWW's past that. So it's stood the test of time. It's changed along with the whole wrestling scene, because I mean you can't just be sedentary. You have to evolve. You have to evolve, and you know, as not only as a company but as wrestlers. You know, you can't just have a stale product or a stale character, and so I mean, any of the trends that you see coming around, they're just that, they're trends. But if you're putting on solid shows, solid matches, telling a story, that's really what it's all about. I mean, you could do as many flip-flops or whatever, you know, bounce around the ring, but if you're not telling the story, if you're not engaging with the crowd, well then you're not going to have a successful show nor company. And I think that's one thing that POWW has been pretty consistent with, engaging the crowd and having matches that tell a story, that take people on a journey. So
yeah, definitely. And WrestleRage is an annual event. You know, if obviously people don't know it, it's been like a big event. Sometimes you've had, you know, guest stars. So talk about, you know, having the show but not having the guest stars, you know, just doing it with the POWW Entertainment, the core wrestlers.
Well, I mean, anybody can run a show, you know, their biggest show, and load it up with bigger names. Well, those people, the fans are going to come because of those bigger names. However, POWW's been able to, in the past we've had some bigger names, but consistently we've been able to pack out the house, sell out, turn people away because, you know, the capacity is more times than not more than it should be. Just with the more local talent. So, I mean, that's a true testament, I think, to the quality of the show.
Yeah, definitely. And how excited are you to be in this upcoming matchup?
Pretty excited. It's never been done before, a 2-on-1 dog collar match. I've been in dog collar matches before, which is always pretty tough because I got kind of a big neck, and getting the dog collar that will fit. But they're brutal matches. And I'm only, you know, I don't know. It's going to be interesting, exciting to see how I fare in a 2-on-1.
Yeah, definitely. That's not something you see every day. That's got to be a little bit rough. How much training you put into that? I mean, you're going to the gym and just like, you know, lifting the size of two men.
Basically, yeah, that's what you got to do. You gotta train. You know, it's like cooking for a bunch of people. You got to double, triple the recipe, right? So you got to do the same in the gym. You got to double, triple, your poundage, the stress that you're going to put your body under, and you gotta be ready for stuff that you're not even anticipating. So
Definitely.
the training's been pretty insane.
Yeah, I can only imagine. And for you being a veteran of this sport, talk about kind of like the wear and tear it takes on everything.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Getting up some mornings is rougher than it was when I was in my 20s. But I mean, I've never been easy on my body, whether it's been through sports or the military, and then, I just this past May, celebrated my 21st year as a pro wrestler.
Oh, wow.
So my career is old enough to drink now.
Definitely. And you feel like you're still going to keep it going?
I haven't thought about hanging it up anytime soon. So we'll see what the future brings, what the future holds. And, I'm actually in better shape than I was a year ago. I'm trying to get in the best shape of my life. That's always going to be an ongoing thing. And as long as I'm in good enough condition and I can still go, and you find a lot of times you see that a lot. You see guys that don't quite know when to hang it up. And I don't ever want to be that guy where, people cheer, oh yeah, we like him because of what he used to be able to do. I don't want to be that guy. I want to go as long as I can go. But when I can't go anymore, when it's apparent to me that I'm losing several steps, that's when it will be time to hang it up.
Definitely.
So, I mean, I got into it.
Yeah.
I got into it kind of late.
Sorry.
I got into it after I got out of active duty, and
Okay.
so I was 29, 30 when I signed my first contract. So I was 29.
Okay. Wow.
It was ironically the same day that Owen Hart passed.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. May 23rd.
And that was with POW back then, right? Or
No,
was it?
No, that was with Windy City.
Windy City. Okay.
Yeah, I never competed in Windy City. I started training in Windy City, and then had a falling out there. And that's all I'm going to say about that, because
Sure.
let bygones be bygones. People know what happened, and shame on them. And it took about a good year before I signed with, what now is POW was CCW, a mutual friend of mine, and the other owner of CCW. He hooked us up, and I guess the rest is history. I've been with them ever since the beginning, and so
yeah.
But I mean, through working with POW and CCW, I've had the opportunity to work different places as well, and down in Tennessee, up in Michigan, so it's been a pretty decent ride.
Definitely. And you got to wrestle Lanny Poffo. So talk about that. You and Justin.
Absolutely. That was kind of surreal. Grew up watching him, and of course, that was the night that we were honoring Macho Man. May he rest in peace. And he that was a real cool night. It was a real cool night. Being able to work with him, got a lot of nice compliments from him which that meant a lot. You know, I was in there with Eric Freedom, who I look up to. And so it was a special night. I was in there against Eric and Lanny, and also I was tagging with Justin James. And even though that night things didn't end well between he and I, he's still one of my dearest friends. And so it was just a really cool night. Working with Lanny, just, you know, listening to his psychology in the ring, and it was a learning experience. And like I said, it was surreal because I grew up watching him. And then, you know, of course, being in the back and just talking with him, and, you know, not even talking about stuff that had anything to do with wrestling. And I think that's what really endeared me to him, because it's like, look, it's great that you watch these guys on TV, but they're just normal people. And to see what really makes them tick, and it's just really interesting. You know, I liken the wrestling business to the land of the misfit toys. You know, none of us really fit in anywhere, but put us all together, we fit. You know, so.
Sure. Yeah, definitely. And, you know, you talk about also, you know, the younger wrestlers, you know, that do you feel like they're coming up here in POW? And, you know, obviously you've got one that went on to be pretty big recently.
Yep, my nephew.
Yeah.
So we'll just call him Tony D.
Yeah, Tony Angelo.
And he's doing really well for himself there. He has, you know, the kid has always been just a sick athlete, just such a natural. It didn't matter what sport you plugged him into, he was able to do it at a competitive level. Yeah, I had the opportunity to coach him through a few years of football, and, you know, I had the pleasure of watching him, you know, turn into the amateur wrestler that he did. You know, kid was a beast. He was a beast, and he wanted to get into pro wrestling. And I told him, like, dude, just chill out. Wait until you get that piece of paper in your hand, then we'll get you in the ring. Ironically, the same day that I told him that, Adam Pearce was on the show that we were doing, and I introduced him to Adam, and you know, my nephew, he said that, oh yeah, I wanna start training, and I told Adam what I told him. He's like, listen to your uncle, get that piece of paper, because the last thing you need to do is get in the ring, get a stupid, you know, take a bad bump, get a stupid injury, and you lose your scholarship. Just get that piece of paper and then worry about it. And you know, he you know, he took to it like a fish to water, man. Everything just was coming so easy and natural to him. And then once he got to the performance center, I mean, you can only imagine what they're putting him through. And I mean, it's obvious. You can see it on TV. You know, he's just grown. You know, just so much. I mean, he has a lot still to learn, as you know, we all do in whatever field we go into. But I mean, leaps and bounds since he was here on the independents. And so, you know, I have nothing but you know, proud of him. You know, I know that kind of sounds like, oh, I'm proud of him because I didn't teach him everything he knows. I did not. Proud of him, you know, because he's not only my nephew, but he's a friend. You know, he was one of my closest friends, and so it's just great to see it, a little bit of his journey.
Definitely, and also representing Chicago as well.
Absolutely. But you know, we in Chicago, we Italians from Chicago don't talk like that. So
Right. I got you. And so
we sound more like the super fans from SNL.
right. For sure. For sure. Yeah. It's just a bit of exaggeration, right?
Absolutely. Hey, you know what?
It's fun.
People are loving it. They're loving that gimmick. And at first there were some people that were, bagging on it. But I mean, those people have more or less been silenced because, all you have to do is listen to the crowd.
Definitely.
He just did the bump last night.
Yeah.
And they really don't do that with NXT people. So, who knows? Who knows? That could be a sign of even bigger things to come. And I hope so for him. I hope so. And God bless. He's killing it out there. So.
For sure. And talk about some of the other matches at WrestleRage that you're looking forward to besides your own match, and tell people why they should come check out the whole show.
Absolutely, everybody should come check out the whole show. I've been kind of just focusing on my match because, as I said, it's never been done before. It's
Right.
The odds are stacked against me, being 2-on-1. But hopefully I'm cognizant after my match where I can sit back and enjoy the rest of the show. But you have Jimmy Blaze and Eric Freedom tagging with their nemesis, BMI. They're going against IPA and Kazile and Boy, Mason, Perks. That's going to be a good match. The Midwest title match is going to be an awesome match. I mean, look at the guys involved in that. Then you also have the match with Hardcore Impact. Their matches, forget about it. Every time their matches are incredible. So, they're exciting to watch. I can go on and on and on and on.
Right, right.
You have the title match, which love him or hate him, Scott Spade. The guy has some of the most incredible ring psychology. You never want to turn your back on him, because just when you think you got something over on him, he has something else for you. But then you have, he's going against Chris Cairo. That talk about there's no chance of that guy giving up. He will fight. He will fight until, you'll have to kill him before he quits. Rough Crossing, Vic Capri, these guys in the Midwest match, Max Halliday, against Bow. It's going to be a great show. Again, like I said, right now I'm just kind of tunnel vision on my match, and
Sure.
what I got to do. I got to divide and conquer. That's what I got to do.
Yeah, definitely. And people that don't know Rough Crossing, he also is Ruffo the Clown. That's one of his alternate.
I heard that. I've never seen the two in the same place at the same time. So.
And Vic Capri is, this guy's doing death matches still.
Yeah. I asked him about that. I'm like, bro, I'm like, really? I'm like, your body doesn't hurt enough? He's like, oh no, it hurts plenty. But I got to tell you a story about Vic. When I had first signed with Windy City, he was actually the first and only person to come up to me. There was a big meeting, and then there was a show going on. He went out of his way to just come up to me and welcome me and introduce himself. And that's always stuck with me. That's just a true testament to the character that he has. Seriously.
Yeah.
Who does that? A lot of people don't do that. And I've always tried to emulate that. It stuck with me, and it's meant
Mhm.
a lot to me. It instantly endeared me to him. And then, you see his work ethic, and the guy's, he's just he's an incredible worker, and, an even better human being.
Yeah, definitely old school guy. He's not a big
Absolutely.
fan of the lucha stuff or.
Oh, you'd be surprised. You'd be surprised. He can do lucha style
Yeah,
with the best of them. I mean, he used to be mainly a high flyer,
right.
but like I said, in this business, to last as long as he has, you have to evolve. You have to. That's the one thing that there are some wrestlers out there on the independent circuit, and I know I may sound like I'm, trying to sound like an authority, but I'm not. But this is just an observation. As someone who I was never a mark, I was always a fan
Mhm.
of the business of pro wrestling, and I've tried to maintain that. It's very hard once you're in the business to be able to sit back and watch as a fan.
Right.
But and so maybe that's where this part comes from, is there's a lot of guys that they have to get all their spots in during their match, and it's like, what, after a while it's like you're on autopilot and you're just doing the same match over and over again, and you can tell by the reaction of the crowd, because they're sitting back and they can call your match because they know exactly what moves and what sequence you're going to do. And that's kind of that's kind of ruined the independence a little bit. People get complacent, but that's what I was talking about earlier. You can't get complacent, and that's why you have guys like a Vic Capri that is still relevant, and he is still kicking ass. Because he has evolved over the years, and he keeps on evolving. A Rough Crossing, same thing. A Scott Spade, same thing. Hardcore Craig, Paulie Tomaselli, Jimmy Blaze and Eric Freedom, both of them, are over 30-year veterans, along with Hardcore Craig, they, and they're still draws. Why are they still draws? Because they've evolved. They keep on evolving. The worst thing you could do is get complacent. I mean, in life, the worst thing you could do is be complacent,
True.
So, I mean, if that's true in life, why wouldn't it be true in the wrestling business? Because let's face it, the wrestling business is just an exaggerated version of life.
Definitely. And then who did you enjoy wrestling with the most, like in your career? Like if you got to pick, one that you felt like you couldn't sleep after the match. You were so excited.
I can't pick just one. I mean,
Right.
Like I said, I love working with Eric Freedom, Jimmy Blaze. A lot of people remember he and I as Out of Control, multiple time tag champs and whatnot. But before that, he and I actually feuded, and he was that was fun because we held nothing back. We literally knocked. I don't know what type of language I can use, but we literally knocked the crap out of each other. Literally,
Sure.
Those were. I mean, yeah, we were sore, we were beat up, but those were fun matches. Hot stuff. Rob Bell. Those were fun matches. Forsaken. Rick Reynolds. Loved working him. Scott Spade, always loved working him. Like I said, then there's Lanny, there's so many. And even though I'm gonna kick the ever living crap out of him on Saturday, Ruthless, love working him. Love working him. You know, we like the mind games that we play with each other because, you know, we've been in the ring with each other a lot throughout the years. And, you know, just when, you know, he thinks that he has it over on me, I flip the script and vice versa. So, you know, he's gotten me a little crazy lately, where it's caused me to get myself disqualified a few times. But the beautiful thing about this match is there's no disqualifications.
Definitely.
There can't be, you know, not in a match like that. So, I mean, I can't pick just one. I can't pick just one. It's, I don't know. It's, you know, Terry Allen's another one that I've had matches with and also have teamed with. And, you know, my run with Out of Control, and that was, you know, Jimmy Blaze, myself, Terry Allen. Those were all good times, good matches. And there's actually one match on YouTube that it was a fun match. It was a hard hitting match, but the funniest part of the whole match was Jimmy's and my entrance, where there was some water spilled on the floor, and we're making our rounds around the ring. You know, we're mixing it up with the fans, and you see me, I'm going. All of a sudden, you don't see me, and then I pop up again, and then you don't see me. It's like, it was hard to look cool after that. But,
Right.
but I mean, it's stuff like that that just makes for such great memories. You know, despite what people say, you know, some of the best times you have are back behind the curtain in the locker rooms, just telling stories, listening to other people's stories, you know, being able to sit back there and just trade stories with I've been able to do that with DDP. I've been able to do that with Marty Jannetty. You know, listening to Billy Gunn and Road Dogg, X-Pac, Shane Douglas. I mean, and of course, Lanny. I mean, hell, by the end of the night, he and I were singing together, you know?
Right.
So it's, you know, it's that type of stuff that really makes, I guess, the subculture of pro wrestling, you know, of pro wrestlers, a family, you know?
Right.
Because even though everybody may have different experiences, you know, we're all out there doing it, and we all have different stories, and you know, just some of these stories will make you laugh so hard that you might pee yourself, you know.
You guys need to make a documentary or something.
That's actually been thought about, you know, and
Yeah.
but it's like, oh, I don't know if we can share some of these stories in
Right.
today's, you know, political correct, touchy-feely society, which
Right.
is all crap anyway.
So how about Mr. Ricco? You forgot to, don't forget about
Absolutely love Mr. Riccolo. Absolutely love him, and I'm so happy that he's doing much better now, because he was sick for a little while there, and gave everybody quite a scare. And you know, he's that guy. You know, he started out as a fan, and he loved it so much, and he became a ring announcer, and he has so much passion for the business, and so much love for all the guys. I mean, and he's you know, blue collar Chicago, you know.
Right.
He's just a salt of the earth guy, and but he's that type of guy that when, you know, you run into so many people and you know, you call each other brother and everything, and you give each other, you know, that bro hug. He's that type of guy that he comes in and he will give you a hug, and you know that's coming from the heart, you know. And when he calls you brother, you know that he means that he's actually looking at you like a brother. And that guy, he engages the crowd. He brings people into the show, and there's not a lot of people that can do that. People think, you know, oh, being a ring announcer, you know, he's not just a ring announcer. He's, you know, he's an MC. He's you know, the host of the evening, you know, and he's a master of ceremonies, like I said, and he's something special, man. He's a lot of these wannabe ring announcers should try to take a page out of his book, but don't try to copy his hair. There's no one with hair like him.
I agree. No, I just, you know, I've seen him at the shows, so I had to, you know, give him some love. And
absolutely, you know, and like I said, he was sick not too long ago, and you know, gave everybody a scare, and it was so nice to work with him on Underdog. That was the first show that I had worked with him since he had gotten better, and yeah, it was just he brings a whole different energy, and you know, the stories that, you know, he and I were sharing back behind the curtain, you know, about me and my first tag partner, Diego Corleone. You know, we were just having a blast. It's you know, some days are, you know, everybody has good days and bad days, and I don't know how many times you know, we all have sat here and be like, I'm done, I'm finished, forget it.
Yeah.
But then, you know, we calm down and we, you know, talk to the boys, and it just, you know, that brings you back down. And then when you get in front of that crowd, you know, I just worked for Damage Inc. And, you know, that those fans, those kids made it all worth it, you know. And yeah, Jimmy Blaze makes fun of me because he's like, seriously, bro, it took you over 2 minutes to get back from the ring after your match. I'm like, you know what? If it weren't for the fans, we wouldn't be doing this.
Right.
You know, they're the reasons why we have this platform. And so, hell, if it's going to take me over 2 minutes to get back to the back because I'm giving some love back to the fans, hell, I'll take 5 minutes. I'll take 10 minutes. So,
definitely.
You know, not to step on anybody's toes. You know, obviously I'm just kidding around, but you know, you always have to. I don't care if you're a baby or a heel. You always have to get back to the, and you know, and I don't like using the term fans because, you know, these people are supporters, you know, and so it's anytime that you can give back, because what they don't understand is by them cheering or booing us, I mean, that's priceless what they're giving us.
Right.
So I've always been a big, you know, even when I was a rookie, because, you know, rookies, you got to help take down the ring and everything. I'd be like, I'll be there in a minute. If I'm signing autographs or taking pictures with, you know, again, don't like using the term, but with the fans, I'm going to do it, you know.
Definitely. I'm sure they appreciate it too. So,
well, you know, if only they knew how much we appreciated them. I hope that they can get just a little, at least, you know, a tenth of that appreciation from us, you know.
Mhm.
So
Definitely. And, you know, also want to shout out for Danielle. She's the one that contacted POWW Entertainment.
absolutely, absolutely. She's been like a super fan of mine for a long time. And so I mean that's pretty cool. It's pretty cool that y'all are doing this.
Definitely. Yeah, I won't be able to make it for this one, but I'll definitely be out for another event you guys have coming up.
You better. You know, you're gonna be missing a big show. You know, I'm not gonna lie. It's the biggest show of the year. And I don't know if you saw my post earlier. You know, I heard that people who attend are 57% more likely to win the Powerball.
Oh.
Just saying. I don't know if that's true or not.
That's interesting. But Danielle, you know, shout out to her. I know she's doing some kind of sponsorship stuff for POW. So
Yeah. It's
and,
but you know, her brother and her dad,
mhm.
they're also big fans too. So they've been out. Actually, her brother a couple years ago when I actually at WrestleRage when I wrestled Forsaken, her brother walked me out and
Nice.
so yeah, it's a good family. It's a nice family.
Yeah, definitely. And I appreciate you, Joey, giving us the time. You know, everybody check out WrestleRage this Saturday, November 6th.
Absolutely. Twin Lakes, Wisconsin at Rumples. The show starts at 6:30.
Mhm.
Doors open probably at 5:30, maybe. Yeah, about 5:30. Doors open. It's going to be an action-packed card. It's
Nice.
going to be a hard-hitting card. So make sure y'all come out. You know, bring your Joey Chichi signs. You know, love the support. But yeah, no, it's going to be a good show. I wish you could make it, man.
Yeah, I'll definitely come. You guys also do shows in like Wooddale, Illinois, right?
Wooddale, Friday Night Lights, I believe. The following week, there's a show in Wooddale. So that you have that going on. Yeah, we also do shows in Fox Lake, and more locations to come. We did the festival show this year in Lakemore.
Okay.
And hopefully we'll be back there. I mean, you know, festivals were kind of tough this year because not everything was opening back up. But you know, we usually do Cicero. But yeah, we have you know, POWW Entertainment. Go to the Facebook page. It has all our events on there, and like I said, this Saturday it's going to be a good show. It's going to be action packed, and I'm looking forward to the match. Like I said, it's never been done before. It's first time a 2-on-1 dog collar match has ever been done. So
yeah, that's going to go down in history.
Yeah. So you know, I don't know. Maybe it might be the only thing in history when it comes to pro wrestling that I'll be attached to, but I don't know. Maybe the most slips coming out to the ring.
Oh wow!
might be. I might hold the record for that. So yeah,
definitely. Well, I appreciate you again being on Pro Wrestling Enforcer, taking time, and everybody check it out. POWW WrestleRage
thank you for having me, my
this
friend.
Saturday.